Day is done, gone the sun, from the lakes, from the hills, from the sky. All is well, safely rest. God is nigh. Love, good night. Must thou go when the day and the night need thee so? All is well, speedeth all to thy rest.
Austin passed away in 2011 at the age of 22 from service-connected acute lymphoblastic leukemia. He was initially diagnosed in 2009 with wisdom teeth impaction while downrange in Iraq.
My name is June Heston. My husband, Brigadier General Mike Heston, passed away in November of 2018 from pancreatic cancer, which was...
It was our belief then, and mine now, that with greater preventive care, this could have, 1, been avoided in all, or 2, have been caught in a very early stage. Unfortunately, this was not the case for our family. Instead, my husband passed away in our home on March 6, 2021.
If I had a few pieces of advice to veterans, don't dismiss any symptoms, how small they are. Get them checked out.
Despite his symptoms being severe body pain, high fever, and struggling to breathe. At the time of his diagnosis, he was also taking 2,400 milligrams of ibuprofen 3 times a day, just to function and just to survive.
My advice to veterans and family members, please pay attention to your health. Mike thought that when he got home, his battle was over, only to discover a few years later that there was another battle to be fought.
If there's any piece of advice that I can give to those who are serving in the military today, it's to share your symptoms with your provider. Providers, please listen to these servicemen and women as they're explaining their symptoms to you.
It's a bit of a somber day today. Right after I get off with you guys, I am headed to a funeral for a dear friend of mine who I was deployed with to Iraq. There are certain things that can be prevented and others that can't be. When you serve in the military, you deploy to another country, you're going to be exposed to some harsh environmental considerations. That's more often than not just a fact of life. But
I had myself 5 rotations to Iraq where I was exposed to a lot of stuff. And HunterSeven is doing a lot of research, development, as well as treatment plans on assessing veterans but coming up with solutions to be able to treat them.
And then when the service member comes home, what actions can be taken both within the Department of Defense as well as within the VA to help, treat and mitigate the negative effects of those exposures. And those are the battles that HunterSeven Foundation is fighting. I worked with them while I was in Congress. Unfortunately, veterans from our generation, the post 9/11 generation, many of whom have had this prolonged exposure to toxic burn pits, they're not getting the care that they need.
If you are a healthcare provider, ask your patients if they've served and if they believe that they've had a risk of exposure.
Create preventative measures to change the outlook and the outcome for our service members that put their lives on the line every day so that we can all...
And they dismiss you or tell you it's just part of your job to be hurting. Go outside of that. Spend the extra money if you have to go to an outside doctor and get checked out. Your life could depend on it.
I fully believe that if my husband had been treated sooner in Germany or in the United States, he would still be here today. For many years, cancer in the military was pushed under the rug, and those who were serving and dealing with cancer felt like they didn't have a place, felt like they didn't belong. Sometimes they felt like their service didn't matter. We need to do better. We need to honor their legacy. And going forward, we need to treat our veterans better, and we need to take care of their symptoms sooner. Thank you.
I urge you to look at the facts and information placed in front of you today of how we can change our medical care for our service members, more so towards a preventative care.
My friend Doug, he got prostate cancer at a much younger age than I guess people normally do. And it's not uncommon for people who have been deployed and who've had prolonged exposure to just a reminder of how short life is here and how none of us really knows when our time.
Reach out, get the support that you need, get advocates. There's some great organizations out there, HunterSeven being one of them. And just know that people care and you're not alone.
They volunteered to serve our country and to protect all of us. Please protect them.